Executive Chef Steve Amine. Steve, welcome.
Thank you. It's great.
I think I don't think the mic is on. You may want to. Where's?
Here. Come on over here.
Where's Eric when we need him? Okay.
Come right here. Steve.
Okay. We're going to do a little. Oh, there we. Oh, Eric, why don't you put mic 4 on, or whatever that number is. Oh, is it?
All right.
Hey, there you go.
There we go. I'm here.
Wow. See, you thought you were here, but not. And anyway. So, Steve, we just met, during the week. I was at an event at ZTS, and, I was really impressed with you. Executive Chef, and the food is so great, and that's why I was impressed, because you're sort of in charge of that.
Absolutely. I'm in charge of the daily operation for the kitchen for the whole restaurant, so whether it's a banquet or, lunch service, dinner service, to-goes. So, it's a lot to do. It's a lot of food to put out, but,
Well, it's a popular restaurant, there's no doubt. I think you have 5 in the Phoenix metro area.
We do. We have 5 in the valley.
Yeah, which is awesome. So take us through a regular day, how that works for you as an executive chef.
Okay.
And let me ask you a couple specific questions along with that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you create any of the food?
For our core menu, it's set across the board, but we do daily specials every day. We do soup of the day every day, so those are all chef creations. And, we take product that we have or we bring in product, and we try to just do something different, but keep it in the lines of the flavors and the profiles that we use. So, it's a little bit of a challenge to do that because we do have such a broad menu, to bring something different in, but, it takes some creativity.
And I would think consistency is absolutely critical with almost any restaurant, and because once you have something that you're known for, and of course every dish you want to come out perfect. However, you may have some signature dishes or whatever, but if it changes, and I've known restaurants where one day it was like, wow, this is great, and then the next time it's like, wow, that's way different. It sort of got me, and it wasn't your restaurant, of course, but it was another restaurant. And I really didn't go back because I thought, well, I don't know which one I'm going to get.
Right.
How important is that?
It's extremely important. Consistency is the key to a lot of things. Z Tejas has been around for 28 years, and we've done a lot of things excellent. And that's what people have come to expect. So when they come in, whether they're going to Fashion Square, Tatum and Shea, or to 16th Street and Bethany Home, they expect that great dish that they get every time they come in, and that's part of our job is to make sure that's happening.
How would you describe your menu? The type of food, how would you describe it?
We do a lot of Mexican food. We try to take in Southwestern flavors as well to fuse them in there. Everything is fresh. The way we describe it is fresh, flavorful, innovative. So we do take a lot of traditional dishes and make them the Z Tejas way.
I noticed that, and it's just so delicious. And what the word I would use is unique.
It is unique.
No other restaurant I can think of has that unique way about creating their dishes, and that's what I always remember about it. And I've been to, of course, the one in Bethany Home, the one on Shea. I've been to. I think the one at Scottsdale Fashion Center too. I've been to. So 3 of them.
Yeah. So
and I think Chandler too on West Ray Road. Yeah,
I think we've been to that as well. And so, what are there signature dishes that you have here that you're well known for?
Absolutely. There are some things that we do use for our signature dishes. For instance, we have our 5-cheese macaroni.
I was looking at that. I was looking at the menu, and I go, I haven't had that there, but I thought I would leave the studio and go.
Well, you don't.
But it looked really good.
I almost brought that for you today, but that is something you want to be there to experience.
Really?
It is a great dish.
Tell us about that dish.
You don't normally think about mac and cheese when you're thinking of a Southwestern Spanish-Mexican flavor. So tell us. Yeah.
We take 5 different cheeses. Actually, the sauce we don't pre-make the sauce. It is made in a pan to order. So we take our cheese blends that we have, and we make them, with that thing, and then we grill an achiote chicken breast, which achiote is the paste from an annatto seed, so it gives you that bright red color, and it's got a little bit of a smokiness to it. No heat, but
but
it's
it still has that just really really nice flavor.
Right, and then we make a little bacon gratin on top, so it's a little breadcrumb, Parmesan, bacon blend, and we bake that right on top to give it a nice crust as well.
Oh my! Is that one of the favorites out there?
It is. The macaroni is it's a big hit. So.
Oh wow! And what's some others that are you known for, and ones that really are very, very popular that people just keep coming and coming and coming?
We have our smoked chicken relleno, and basically what it is, it's not your typical relleno where it's battered and fried. We actually take the poblano chili, we roast it, we peel it, clean it out, and then we do a stuffing of smoked chicken, jack cheese, apricots, pecans, so raisins. Ooh. It's something, like you said, unique.
Wow.
But it is the one thing, if you've never tried it at Z Tejas, it is the one thing you should definitely go for, because that's it's wow.
And then do you broil it or bake it? Or?
We do. We broil it, and then we hit it on the flat. We sear it to get it heated up, and then it's served on a plate with a couple different sauces, our signature rice and beans, and then topped off with a little sour cream. But it's a phenomenal dish.
Wow.
I'm looking at
and that much more health conscious than doing the deep fried
right
typical.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, because I don't think I've ever had apricots in my chili relleno.
Well, I brought you one, so you'll get to try it.
So that gives you that little bit of sweet with the tang, and
Absolutely.
So now,
Excellent.
you said that because you are the executive chef at the Bethany Home Road.
Yes.
Right? And so we were talking about it because Z Tejas is well known and has multiple storefronts throughout here and in Austin. So you do have some ability to do these creations on your own that are in keeping.
Right.
What is one of your favorite ones that you have done at Bethany Home Road?
One of my favorite ones I've done for lunch, I do, it's a play on what they call the Vampiro taco. So it's a griddled tortilla with melted cheese. It's usually double stacked.
Ooh.
So I'll take a marinated steak that we use for our street tacos, and I'll change it up just a little bit and make 3 tacos with that. It has guacamole in it. It's really fresh and colorful, vibrant, and it just pops off the plate, and the flavor is phenomenal.
Oh my goodness! And immediately the smell has majorly improved in the studio because Kathleen very nicely brought in these dishes. Do you want to describe? Why don't we describe them one at a time? Because
Sure.
You brought in this great food, and wow, I think this looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, that
What
right
is
there.
that?
That's our blackened catfish tacos. So we take catfish, we blacken it, and then we bake it. It's served in a tortilla with our jalapeno mayonnaise, our southwestern slaw that we make. There's a little avocado tortilla strip for crunch, and it's served with a side of slaw. And there should be an Asian dipping sauce as well, which will give you little sweet, tangy little sauce to dip that in. So
now I'm looking at something that looks really good too.
That
what is this?
That right there is the chili pork verde. So we take pork, cut it down, we braise it down, and then once we get it cooked, we finish it off with a tomatillo chili sauce that it's actually cooked in. Then it's topped with jack cheese, a roasted serrano, and then served with black beans, and there's some tortillas to go with it as well.
Oh my goodness, I don't know where to start actually.
Well, I want to tell you, one of the things when you go on the website or when you go to the restaurant, your plating is phenomenal. Now, you just brought these in to-go containers, and yet the plating is still beautiful. It's like a piece of art. Just the roasted pepper right on the top of that. It's just beautiful. Is that something that is really valued by the corporation?
Absolutely. I mean, when you come into a restaurant, you get your food. The first thing you do is you eat with your eyes, and it's
that's an interesting expression you said.
Right.
That you're right. The visual, and that's why a lot of menus are going with the pictures of the menu, right?
Yeah, you see a lot of places that do that as well.
But like if you look at some places, the picture, you get to the store and it doesn't look like that. And I'm just looking at this in the to-go boxes, and it still looks as beautiful.
It really does.
Right. If somebody orders a to-go and I'm sending the food to you, when you get home, when you open that, you still want that great view, that beautiful look, and going, wow, somebody really cares about what they're doing, and that's what we do.
So presentation is very critical.
Presentation is very important.
How do you learn about that? I mean, is it a natural talent or what?
It's a little bit of both. Some people have a natural ability to do it. Other people, we have set standards and specifications that we follow, and whether it's the cooks or, we're hiring chefs, sous chefs, or whatnot, it's about training and getting people, to live the Z Tejas way, and plating up is, it's imperative for the kitchen staff.
So your role, is it also to work with the other, you call them sous chefs?
Sous chef, yes.
The others, and do you work with them hands-on, and you do taste, sample taste tests, and try to get them to notice even subtle differences?
Oh, absolutely. We are very strong on our flavor profiles, and it goes back to consistency. So if you have something at one restaurant, you would hope that it is the same at the other restaurant, and that's what we, that's what we do. We follow our recipes, we perfect them. Part of my job is to mold and train as well within the restaurant as well. So
that's a tough job, I bet.
It is. It's a juggling act. But you have to get everybody up to speed, and we do. Z Tejas has been around for 28 years because of the way we do our business, and
that's a long time for
it. Is a long time.
Some well-established restaurants I know over the years have they're no longer there. Let's put it that way. And you have to keep up with the times.
Absolutely.
How do you do that? It's still the old-fashioned way of consistency, I'm sure.
Consistency, sure.
And I was just going to say, too, and I'm not going to use names, but certain franchise restaurants that are nationwide, their food comes already prepared, and their chefs, all they're doing is heating it up. And that's how they maintain their consistency. But what I love is that yours is all prepared fresh. So to keep that consistency, does Z Tejas as a corporation, how are they able to make sure that all of you executive chefs have your freedom to practice your craft at the same time as keeping that consistency for the main part of the menu?
Keeping the consistency is, like I said, we have core recipes and core menu, items, and we do not deviate from those. So when we get, first off, it starts with the training with us, making sure that we're 100% on our spec on it. And then when you get new cooks and new prep cooks, or a sous chef that's joining the company, it's very hands-on, very involved, tasting recipes at every stage of the preparation, so where the changes are coming in for the development and then the finished product. And every day we do a line check twice a day on the line. So before I open, I go through the line, I taste every item we have. Again, before the afternoon shift, we go through and do it again. So it's all about the consistency. It's making sure that we're upholding the standard, and our flavor profiles that's us. That's our company. That's what we do.
That's amazing.
We do a lot of things, like the use of chilies. Chilies can be abused, if you want to put it that way. Right. Some things are super spicy, but we try to utilize our chilies for flavor. And that's the key. It's it's respecting the product. It's knowing what goes with what. And when it comes to making like personal specials, sometimes you have that crazy idea in your head and you go with it, because it may sound crazy, but sometimes it develops into something beautiful. So
now, would you say an executive chef as yourself have to have the same very sensitive taste like a wine connoisseur type of guy?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And do you cross over there too? Do you have that same thing with wine, or is it just a specialty with food?
No, it does. If you understand wine, you can absolutely break down the flavor profiles in the wine. But it's exactly the same with the food. It's just having the palate and understanding it, taking your time to really take it in, and not just let me chew this and eat it. It's get it in your mouth.
That's such a valid point, because so many people in a rush. I've been known to do this. You're eating, or you're watching TV, paying more attention to the TV. Does that drive you nuts? Because someone that appreciates all the senses that create the flavorful food, that must drive you nuts. Like, come on, settle down and really enjoy it. How would you recommend people enjoy food?
I think you just, enjoy the time you have. I know people are busy with work, but, sometimes take that extra time, just enjoy what you have. And, it's more of a timing thing and not just trying to rush. And, it's with today's world, there's a lot more people are involved in food.
Right.
A lot of blogs, a lot of different stuff. So there's a lot more understanding. I think with the exposure of TV and a lot of things, more people are involved in cooking. I think you see a lot more people doing it at home. You see a lot of people doing higher end stuff. And I think, you'll see that more where you won't have the rush. You'll see more people taking their time, enjoying, trying the new thing that might sound a little different, but like you said, it's once you try it, it's unique and it's the wow factor.
There's no doubt about it. As Trisha's taking pictures of this beautiful presentation of all these dishes that you've brought in, and by the way, what is this? Because we haven't asked you what this is, and I've been eating this. It's so light and delicious. I'll tell you, it's black beans. I think there's sunflower seeds in there.
Those are pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin
seeds,
I
love pumpkin seeds.
Yep.
What a unique combination. Delicious.
This is our achiote chicken chop salad. So we take the achiote chicken, which is the chicken marinated with the achiote rub, and seared down. So this is a take on what a Cobb salad would be, but this is our southwestern version of it. So the shredded iceberg, the shredded cabbage, tomatoes, avocado,
corn,
a roasted corn garnish, which has cotija cheese, cilantro. Also, we have the shredded cotija, the roasted pumpkin seeds, and the black beans.
Now, the roasted pumpkin seeds, aren't those called pepinos? Pepitas. And I have got to tell you, I just opened up the one that has the chili relleno. And talk about beauty. The lattice work done on the top with the sour cream or sauce. I'm not sure which one it is because I haven't tasted it yet. And then sprinkled with the pepitos. Just a feast for the eyes. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm catching you without having checked out if it's okay to say this or not, but one of our filmmakers that comes to the Phoenix Film Festival and has brought some wonderful films out, when she comes, she and all of her friends love to go to the Taco Guild. So when she mentioned it to me, I said, oh, that's right down here. So I went and got food at the Taco Guild, brought it back over here, and when I saw the charge come through, it came through as Z Tejas. So is that like an offshoot, or
it is? It's owned by the same company. Taco Guild is their own brand, but it is the same ownership, and they are doing really well there. The food is phenomenal. The drinks, I mean, they're doing it big there.
Well, because when you mentioned the roasted corn, I was thinking about that, and I thought, and I couldn't remember whether I'd had this corn combination at Z Tejas or if it had been at Taco Guild. So I'm going to taste it, but I think it just tastes like it's fresh off the cob, but with some wonderful flavors in it.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is better than a Cobb salad. There's no question about that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, no doubt. Now take us through because how you use your senses. It's probably automatic with you, but when you're tasting of food, like you watch people with wine, they'll do certain rituals or certain things. They'll move their
aerate
glass, and then I learned that from the movie Sideways. That's my extent of wine knowledge. But
that's a great movie.
It really is a great movie. But how do you look at food? Because an expert like yourself, someone that's in an executive as an executive chef, will see things differently, and there might be an order of senses that the first thing might be something you see, for example. Notice, maybe not. Maybe it's something you smell, maybe not. Take us through your process on how you're about to taste the food or enjoy a meal. What's the first thing that comes up?
Okay, if I'm creating a meal or a dish or following a recipe, it starts with the ingredients. First thing I do when you have your raw ingredients, try your ingredients. Try your fresh ingredients and see how they are. Check your tomatoes before you start cooking with them. Taste everything. Taste your veggies. that's how you know how it starts. And then
now, how do you know if it's good though? I mean, where is that just instinctive?
Well, yeah, it's personal taste. You know, your tomato, you might like yours a little, underripe, and I like mine fully ripe and sweet. It just depends. It's really what you're looking for on that. But it starts with the ingredients. If you have the best ingredients you can get, then you can make the best food you have, and and that's the key. And
well, and if you're cooking with it, those same tomatoes, whether they're a little bit more on the acidic side or the sweeter side, are going to cook different. They're going to put a different flavor into the food, so you might use a different combination.
Absolutely. And then at the restaurant as well, when we're bringing in product, we have a set standard of what we want and how we want it, and we work with our produce companies too to make that happen. That way, when I do order a case of tomatoes, they're consistent with what I get.
Now, let's say you're sitting down, you're not creating a food, or you're not tasting, a food to make sure it's good quality, but you're actually sitting down for dinner.
Okay.
You personally. What's the first thing you notice about the food in front of you?
Plate presentation.
Okay, so that's good.
So
to
the
know.
Visual.
So that's important to you.
It is.
Then what's the second thing you notice?
Aroma.
It's the smell.
Yep.
And so if the visual looks good and the smell looks good, so you got two checks, like check. What if the presentation doesn't look good? What happens? Does it ruin the rest of the checkpoints or not?
No, I wouldn't say it ruins it. Depending on where you go, everybody does their own style of food. So if you're expecting something from a higher end place, then it might bring it down a little bit, because people want to get the most for what they're paying for, and experience is a big part of it. And even if it's not the food, but the experience, the atmosphere, the vibe of a place, that goes into a lot of it as well. So
you got visual, then the aroma. What's next?
Flavor.
Boy, you said that like,
flavor.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, absolutely. The flavor is the key. I mean, that's what brings it home. So, you can have everything else. Without the flavor, it's not there. So, that's important to not just the diner, but also to the, whoever the establishment serving, because reputation, whether it may be consistency, you're just looking for that. A lot of people come to Z Tejas, they know what they want before they walk in that door.
Well, so you got the visual, the aroma, flavor, and then is there any other, like, how you feel afterwards?
Oh, wait. Before you go to how he feels afterwards.
We missed one, I think. What?
To me, the texture in the mouth. It needs to have, besides the variance in the flavors, but it also needs to have some variance in the textures. And I love that about everything I have partaken of thus far.
Absolutely. That's, and again, you can go back to just as simple as putting tortilla strips inside the fish tacos. It's just an extra little crunch. It's not, it's different, and it gives you a different, taste, a different flavor. It's just
you
how
have
we do it,
the tortilla strips, which are crispy. Then you have the slaw, which is a little bit different type of crispy. It's got the coolness with the warmth.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your guacamole, or not a guacamole, excuse me,
The
your avocado that's in there, and the rice, and the fish. It just, the whole combination of that. And then depending on if you want it a little bit spicier, you dip it in the sauce. It's just like, wow.
But you're right about that texture. The pumpkin seeds with the black beans creates a nice, soft, crunchy type of sensation. Very nicely done. I should have thought of that myself. So
okay, now you can go to the after effects.
Okay, then so you got the visual, and everyone's different. Maybe aroma comes first for some people,
right?
But visual, that's the first thing you're going to probably see, and you go, wow, that looks sort of cool. I've said that many times at Z Tejas, and go, wow, that's a nice presentation. And then the aroma, then the flavor, and then the texture, or, one or the other first. And then what happens?
Well, then after you finish your meal, you definitely want to get up feeling like you don't want to be sluggish and like, oh, I just ate the whole world. You want to get up, feel like you had a fresh meal, something really light, but feel like you got the most
too. You probably have certain sensations in your body.
Oh, absolutely.
And sort of just instinctively, you can hear when people eat sometimes. I don't know if you notice it at the restaurant. A lot of people are probably talking, but I've known people as they're eating, they're like either humming or they're going, Oh my!
Yeah.
You ever do that? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
I call that exulting in the food.
I mean, for me personally, if I eat something and it's that phenomenal, the first thing I do is take some and ask my wife, like, try this right now. You know,
oh
'cause
wow!
it's like, oh
so
yeah,
you want to share it?
Like
So
you got to
that-
try this. Yeah.
It's really an experience. What
It
you're
is,
saying.
absolutely.
and you get something from their experience.
Absolutely.
See, if people knew, I think people need to slow down a little bit, right? In America, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And really, especially a restaurant like Z Tejas, where it's made to create this experience, and you really want people to have an experience.
Oh, absolutely. From the time you walk in the door of Z Tejas, from the hostess all the way down to getting your last check, whether you're at the bar or at a table with the service, you know, the managers touching tables, come and, you know, make sure everything's good, food perfect. It is the experience, and that's what we try to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're a big family there, and the beauty about Z Tejas is, yeah, we have 5 restaurants in the valley, but everybody knows everybody. So it's not your typical corporation where you have 100 restaurants and you might know somebody at the other place. No, we all know each other. We all work together. We all train together. You know, so we all have a lot in common.
Now, when I think of Z Tejas, even before I, experienced the great food and the great service and the great environment they have, even before that, I always felt it was an upscale restaurant, and it is.
We are upscale casual.
Yeah, which is really cool,
right.
though. And it's such a great place for what? Just enjoying
I
after
think
a
it
movie?
can be like a good date night, but it's also family friendly because there's something for everybody on the menu.
It is, absolutely. We have a full kids menu as well.
Excellent.
We do. But yeah, great date night. Great for banquets. We have private dining rooms in most of our restaurants.
Oh, you do?
We are able to accommodate large parties. So, I mean, we have something for everybody.
Business meetings?
Oh, tons of business meetings.
I've had business meetings at your location.
Yeah.
And they concluded very successfully.
Yeah, we try to take care of everybody. You know, the people that walk into our restaurant, our guests, are the most important to us.
Yeah.
You know, and so we have a responsibility to deliver, and that's what we try to do.
And you do. But the name itself is just sort of classy. What does it mean, actually? Is there a meaning to that? Z Tejas?
Well, Tejas is a Native American word for Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and that also goes into, like, friendship as well.
People pronounce it Tejas.
Tejas.
Oh,
Z
wow.
Tejas. Yeah.
So it's like Z Texas.
Yeah, so it's a little flair on there. So
That's sort of cool, right?
Yeah.
Now, you've been there about, 6 years? You want to comment?
I'm sorry. Have you? I don't know if you've
tasted it.
Oh my!
And what is that called?
Goodness, that's the pork verde.
The chili pork verde. Yep.
Yeah, chili
Amazing.
pork verde.
Man,
Que rico,
I'm hooked
que
on these
rico,
two
que
right now.
rico.
Wow, she never had an accent like that
That's
before
all right.
today. I mean,
Wow.
this
Wow.
is delicious. I got to tell you, and everything I've had, of course, has been delicious. You know, I'm looking at the spinach and wild mushroom omelet. I'm just looking at that, and I'm thinking, wow, that looks really good.
It's phenomenal. We do brunch on the weekends, so Saturday and Sunday, and we open at 10 a.m. for brunch, and we do offer a lot of options like that, eggs to order, and a couple of our signature dishes as well with a breakfast twist. So.
Excellent. I can't believe the segment went this quick.
But they have happy hour
Right?
specials. They have brunch. No matter what time
Yeah.
of day it is, you got to get down to Z Tejas.
The one thing I'd just like to say is we are doing cornbread for a cause.
Yeah.
And at Z Tejas now, we do charge $3 for our cornbread, and all proceeds go to charity. And over the last couple quarters, we've raised over $20,000 each time.
Thank you so much.
I forgot about that.
We
I
only
was
have
gonna...
5 seconds left, but Steve Amine, Z Tejas, thank you. Get down there, everyone, this weekend. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow.